Alright, we're here to do a podcast. Man, fuck that shit, man. We in mourning, yo.
Mourning of who?
Huh?
In mourning of who?
Mourning the reputation of young Tupac Shakur. I see where Yogi looked up. I feel like you want to partake? Nah? Okay. Alright, well, I don't know, man. It's a sad day, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
change the name, please.
We're supposed to come in real soft, like real somber.
I guess so. Should we play like?
We ain't got no music. What happened?
Play some slow nip, something slow like.
That's a lot of smoke.
It is.
I ain't never seen this cigar act like this.
Yeah, they do it at your house all the time.
Let's see.
But I'm not gonna lie. Like, I felt the way.
I cried.
Yeah, this motherfucker go. It's been a UTP podcast. We can talk about toxic masculinity again because crying is off limits. I saw the hashtag cry like a man.
I found a reason to cry, huh?
I will say this. Before this young man got shot down in the street, that's some ass shit. I knew who he was only because of Lauren London. I knew he was a man, I knew he was a rapper. That was about it. The other things that he did for the community, and I knew none of that. Who he was, didn't know.
I mean, I guess I'm somewhere in the middle because I knew a little bit. I seen a couple of interviews. I really liked the album finally came out. I never really got in tune with his mixtapes, and I heard some of his music. And every time I heard him, I'm like, yeah, dude, nice. But I never really searched him out. I did kind of hear about some of the stuff he was talking about. I liked his rhetoric, man. He was on some black empowerment stuff. I'm for that. Why not?
I was all in. I've been on him for a minute, like Mailbox Money and Crenshaw and all them damn mixtapes. I was like listening to him to the point like when he died, I started getting text messages, UR8 text messages and shit.
You a fan, huh?
Yeah, like, and I didn't realize till he got shot. When I saw that he got shot, how much I gave a fuck. Like when he got shot, I was like, shit. Like I hope he make it. God damn, please, not Nipsey. I was literally doing that. I went and sat downstairs and shit, and then I just stayed on the internet for about an hour just looking for updates.
But the shit came quick though. It's like I heard he got shot. It happened in the middle. Yeah, but I was at work. I think I was at work. Somebody sent me something like he got shot, and like 10 minutes later, somebody sent me something telling me he passed. I'm like, damn. Like, no, they sent me the one that he was dead first, and then I seen he got shot. I'm like, wait, what? Which one? So I don't know, but because how they always killing people on social media. So I was kind of skeptical, like just confirmed. But then, yeah, I mean, it's interesting because hell, they was talking about it on the news today. Like, so I guess Cuz had a lot more reach than
dude was real special. Like when he got shot. It's fucked up that, you know what I'm saying, somebody could be around and you're not really recognizing like all this shit, all this adoration he getting. I think is worthy.
Yeah,
he worthy of it because like when he got shot and he died, all of a sudden realized like damn, because his music never really got big like that. He got this Grammy nomination and all that. His music never got super big, so you didn't really like pop. Compare him to pop and shit. Can't help it.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. But you know what I'm saying? Pop music was big. His music wasn't big, and that's a little bit of the difference in that thing. That he was way his rhetoric was almost bigger than Pop's.
And I think the thing is that it's clear. Just listen to it. It's clear that the brother was talented, and he had a good head on the shoulders. He kind of had just listen to him. So I was getting, and like once he got that Grammy nomination, I was surprised. But I'm like, yeah, the album was dope. And I'm like, I felt like this was gonna be a jumping off. I was like, I wanted to see what his next move was. I felt like this could be a jumping off point for him to where he could do something with that. I don't know, like I wasn't sure where he was going with it, but I'm like, it'd be dope for one of these cats to come out the rap game to be in a positive space though. Even though he still kind of give you the street.
But he had the whole Crip thing going on. Yeah. And I think that was part of it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? He had this, it was like this dude that was like super on the gangbang side. But then as soon as he opened his mouth, you hear all this other shit, like, you know what I'm saying, even the words he used, like, you know what I'm saying, like how he speak.
It's almost like he's too smart to gang bang.
Yeah, it was like, you know what I'm saying, then like when I'm hearing all this other stuff, like there's something like when he was in school, it was some other rapper that said he went to school with him. And he was saying like when they was in school, he was the person that got on the intercom in the morning and like woke everybody to school, and like he was in the office doing all that shit every morning. He was like a real smart dude, you know what I'm saying. Then for me personally, that little being half African thing always kind of stuck with me.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I heard him tell a story about when he was 15, whatever he was, he went to Africa for the first time, and it was like the same as like me when I was 15. I went to Africa for the first time with my father. All that kind of stuff like that let me know he had like a deeper understanding of certain things. So I really, really, really appreciated him. Like I listened to the nigga, like, and then all his shit was like super inspirational. So I can't help it. When you was bringing up the subject about Pac, the difference, I think Pac spoke to people's hearts.
You know, it's funny.
He spoke to your mind.
And
Pac didn't do that.
I think Pac had a rare talent to where Pac can make you. You know, it's some people that I feel like they could be like a storm cloud. It's some people that can come in a room and just change the energy of a room. And I think Pac was like that, but he could do that through your speakers. Like if Pac was amped, he had your ass amped. Right. And when he was kind of remorseful and kind of laid back, he had your ass on some contemplate life. Like I mean, I think that's extreme talent to be able to push emotion that far out through an electrical device the way you feel those emotions.
And they did different things. Like I remember recently, maybe a couple of months ago, I was riding around with my daughter. Sometimes some silly shit came on the radio. Like we started listening to Pac, real shit. You know, I got on that bad, and so we started listening to Pac. Pac talked about death a lot. Like every song he died, every fucking song. It was like, damn. After a while, it got like, let me turn this shit off. Like, it was like dude didn't talk like that. Dude talked about life.
I think when you live that, when you live that life and you smart enough, you understand that death is always close. I mean, I think Pac died at 25, 23?
26.
26? Like, he's a fucking baby, man.
Yeah. I mean, that part of it, when you think about like all the stuff that Pac did, he talked about at that age, that was definitely.
But Nipsey was young too.
No, he was 33.
33. He was getting up.
That's young.
Yeah.
So you trying to hold on to your youth? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean,
it's definitely young, you know what I'm saying? But when we bring up what Pac, we're gonna start there. What Pac did with his life in comparison to what Nip did with his life.
You know what I want to I like Nip, but I also hate that because I feel like
I think it should be no comparison.
what ended up being his downfall is that he was out the hood, but I don't think his mind was out the hood.
No.
And I mean that to say because
his body wasn't out the hood.
I think his body, because again, he was out he was coming back and doing stuff in the hood, but like what I say his mind not in the hood is that you not one of them no more, bro. Like you like lunch meat out here.
No,
you a target.
This is my thing. Just because you have become this certain person, a lot of people who have made it feel like they could still mingle with the people they mingled with before. I wouldn't feel like, me personally, if I made it and I got all this money, I don't feel like I should not be able to come back where I was.
Why not?
Or change my community or do something good for my community.
But now it's different because you got something.
I understand that, but I don't want people. He probably felt like he wasn't different.
No. But he was. I mean,
he was, but just because other people looked at him as being different, he didn't feel like he was different. So he stayed where he was to help the community, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying don't help. What I'm saying is you got to move different.
He changed a lot of people's lives.
I agree with that, but like to me, it's like that whole situation. Like, bro, like you a millionaire. You walk around the hood like shit smooth. Like you gotta have security. You gotta have people around you. You gotta have people watching you.
The thing was though, for one, and not that I'm from LA and I just know that shit like that, but he's a rolling 60 crip, right?
I understand.
Crenshaw and Slough, and like we ain't from LA. I don't know if you've been there, but that's like everybody.
It's real. Yeah, that shit real. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So he's Hussle. He from his neighborhood, the same building that he hustled in front of. He eventually bought. Right. And those people in there, even how he got on through the Crips, Big U and all these people, he got on that way. They the ones who gave him the opportunity. Like he can just go banging that shit the way holding it down how he was without the hood with him. So he kind of probably felt like that was his security, and to a degree,
it was supposed to be.
It was to a degree.
I mean, because
it's rappers coming out now realizing when dude they followed dude, they was following dude online. They didn't know him. They didn't met him somehow.
Yeah.
I was listening to some shit like earlier today about like one of the rappers saying like, man, I ain't know. I'm following dude and dude following me. Like I must have met him through Nipsey. You know what I'm saying? Before you know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't be one like he was inspirational or no shit. I had to have been around him through Nipsey.
So something, because if you're a celebrity, you ain't friend with people like that. It's only,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I guess my thing is that I don't know, man. Like you just can't. I don't think you can't just go and hang in the hood like you used to, because it's different, man.
But if you we ask people. So say I'm a doctor. I become a doctor, and I'm in the hood. Most doctors are gonna leave the hood. They're gonna go to in our area. They're gonna move out to Orland or some shit like that. They're gonna go out far, right? And then the hood stay fucked up. So this whole mentality of staying in the neighborhood, and building up the neighborhood, putting your office there instead of putting it somewhere else, is how the neighborhood's supposed to be. So he was really doing that thing where like you put your shit there, you hire these people.
Y'all missed what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't help the hood. I'm not saying don't buy that and open up that strip mall. I'm not saying don't come there and be in your store. You know what I'm saying? And don't change the moves you're making, but you gotta move different. You know what I'm saying? You can't just pop up no more. You can't just hold the block down. You can't just sit you can't just sit out here and chop it up. Again, I don't know if we know the full story, but apparently him and dude got into it because he thought dude was a snitch or something like that. Like, nigga, you the money. You not supposed to be the one approaching him on that shit.
Right.
You got motherfuckers that's supposed to get that nigga out of here. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's like, you the money. Like, we got like the cats that's with you gotta understand that. Like, we not homeboys. We gotta protect you. We can't be turned looking at you. We gotta turn and look at the world to protect. We gotta have our back to you to protect you. And I feel like people don't. And I don't think people understand. Like, just like if you when y'all used to. I mean, because again, like if you got money, you a threat. I mean, you got money, you in danger. It's just that simple. If you a D-boy that's getting it, you in danger.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Nipsey proved that shit right now. It's proven. You can't do it. Because if anybody was to, if we take everything that you get from social media and what we know of Nipsey, yeah, he was somebody that shouldn't have happened to.
But then that happened. Look, then Gucci didn't shot somebody. Soulja Boy shot somebody. What's the name? Was that little Boosie got killed in New Orleans?
Soulja Boy shot me.
Don't tell me
A bunch got
like
killed.
Right.
But you know, so I mean, the thing is, it's like
Not Boosie.
I'm sorry. But I mean, again, like we just being in the hood, like you gotta know, like it's different, man. Like real talk is like I understand these your niggas, and I understand you putting money in their pocket, but like you gotta watch your moves around them because shit is different, man.
I understand you gotta move different, but I mean,
again, I'm not saying don't go back.
He felt like he didn't have to, or he didn't want to be that person. That's just like when y'all talk about Cardi B. She's her. She don't feel like she has to change because of what she is today.
But
and
you can
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
You can be used somewhere else, though, man. I mean, again, like, because just watching that video, ain't no way no cat's supposed to get that close to you.
Absolutely not. I think the whole point of him, what that means,
Like,
was able to come back.
Even if you didn't have money, the fact that, like, once you got into it with Cuz, like, bro, you supposed to have your, you know what I'm saying, you supposed to have the headlights on. You look, I mean,
but would you have a thought that it would have went that far where a nigga would have came back to do some dumb shit?
Whatever.
Like
I mean, we already know that Nipsey's liable to slap somebody.
Yeah.
I
mean, you know, so that
we don't know what he really did to do.
I was gonna bring that up because, and like to me, it's like that's kind of what I'm talking about is that you out here slapping. You know, it's just,
reading the little article that I read about the dude, he wanted to be put on, and Nipsey had this thing where he had to know you before he put you on. So if you were a snitch, if you were a woman beater, if you were this, if you were that, then he wasn't gonna mess with you. So I guess he did his research on dude and found out that he was a snitch, that he was known for snitching. So he told him basically he wasn't gonna fuck with him because he a snitch.
Yeah, but I'm sure he didn't say it like that.
I mean, he probably didn't say it like that. No, he probably didn't say it like that, but you know, that was supposed to be the gist of what happened to where dude came back and felt like
if you're a low life type of nigga and you ain't really got nothing going on and you that close to somebody putting you right into the mix in your mind and then that person tell you to fuck off, that can hurt your fucking Especially if you ain't got no mind, that could take a street
But you
nigga who already been killing and shooting and shit.
Like, fuck it.
Like, you know what I'm saying? This nigga ain't fucking with me. Fuck
I ain't
this
gonna be
nigga.
shit. I'm not gonna be the nigga that killed Nipsey.
But
Like, real
my
talk, that's the
thing
thing, like,
he
if
ain't even just the nigga that killed Nipsey, because at the end of the day, although he in jail now, he ain't gonna make it in jail.
He got a name now. He a legend though.
He alleged
No,
for what?
dude might have it bad. They might
He
get him.
gon' die in jail.
How
He
is
ain't
that-
down here.
He just got out of jail. How's it? Like, the nigga, he was gonna be back in jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think the trajectory of his life changed.
I don't know
at
how
all.
true it is. They said like 3 of his family members already got killed.
Yeah.
So I don't
They
think.
done went shooting. The girl who was the getaway driver, they done went shooting at her people.
I mean, I just don't think the trajectory of dude's life is gonna change much.
I think
If he ain't shoot Nipsey, he'd have been shooting somebody else a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It's like you can't be around people to where that's a viable option when you are who you
That's
are.
one thing I got from this shit too. It made me so when I'm sitting there like when he did, it's like damn. You start thinking about first. I went to the whole thing about damn, dude was special as fuck, and I knew it because I listened to him. I fucked with him, but I didn't realize how special the nigga was until he died. Like damn. But after that, I started thinking about the fact that he died playing both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
Like being, I'm a hold on to my street ties, and I'm gonna be this inspirational other type
But how is
person.
that
He was
playing both sides of the fence?
nominated for a Grammy, nigga.
How is that playing both sides of the fence?
You can't
Why is that just not
You
being
can't
you?
do both.
Sometimes,
Why you Grammy nominated?
why you just can't be who
and
you
why
are?
fuck with me? Because sometimes I do that shit. Well, like on my lower level, like I'm dealing with certain elements of people, but then I live a whole. Like I'm being both. I'm dressed one way in the daytime, then I'm dressed a different way at night, and I'm with different people. I'm with you, motherfuckers.
How's that?
No, it's fine. But you know what I'm saying? I'll be with street dudes.
This
It's like
is
going.
UP.
He never get it right.
Never get it right. let me over that down. I got it.
But got a whole fucking jingle. Nigga, you can't get it.
Exactly. We've been doing this for weeks now, months.
Ain't my job.
I'm gonna tell you, but you know.
No, I felt like I felt that part of it. Like damn, okay. Sometimes I'm with like street element people who go in and out of jail. People I be with niggas who killers.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you know what I'm saying. Like I be with them, and
But why is that not just being you?
that is being me, and he was probably being him. But if you like Jake saying, like you get to a certain point in life, and now all of a sudden them people looking at you like food. Mm-hmm. And I always kind of had this thing in my mind about like if you around people who ain't shit, and they ain't doing shit with their lives, at some point they don't. You watch them do it to other people.
Yeah,
At some point they ain't got no choice. The older they get, they can't do it to other people as much.
Yeah.
At some point they gonna do it to you.
I mean, and
They gonna do the same thing you've been watching them do to other people. They gonna have to do it to you because they got nobody else to do it to.
the thing with Grammy people is like I always feel like Grammy people kind of got a huge circle of friends. Like say it's 10 people, they fuck with one real heavy, and then number one get into it, they start hanging with 2, and they keep going all the way around the circle. Mm-hmm. And by the time they get fucked over number 10, they go fuck number 1 again. And it's been a while, so like, all right, come on, we fuck around again. And it's just like if they just go round and around, just fucking motherfuckers over, and that's just their whole life. And it's with me, it's like I'm not gonna insert myself in that circle.
Yeah, so that's kind of what at the end of the day, no matter what the story is, I can take from that like, damn, okay, you gotta stay out the way. You can't be in the way. You can't even be around certain elements because it can take you down. It will take you down. You know what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to take you down.
Though. It's all this shit. All this shit is terrible, man.
That's sad that you can't continue to be you and do what you want to do and live how you want to live because of other motherfuckers.
But that's
thing
everywhere. That's everywhere.
He didn't necessarily leave nobody. That's my thing. He left no one. He was still trying to help everybody in the hood. So I don't understand. You can't help everybody.
And what you gotta understand is like people feel like you owe because you got. People always want to count your money, and you can help 99 people. You can help 99 people, and number 100 gonna be mad that you ain't helped them because they can't see past their struggle. They say you got, and they say they don't. And then if you don't show them love, if you don't do something for them, then they hate you for it. It's just that simple.
Yeah, so that's what I took from it. Like, you know what, I gotta back up off. Not to say I made no decision about no one particular person, but just in my mind,
in
like,
general,
you gotta you can't play both sides of the fence because when you look at that, what's sad about it, there's a lot of things sad about it. Then you start thinking about, okay, you got children. You ain't even living for yourself no more. You living for your children. And now you go on because of some nigga you called a snitch.
Do you think he thought that that would ever be the case.
And that's the thing. Like, but
that's why he always stayed where he stayed.
But when you where he at, like you
case.
can't play checkers no more, man. You gotta play 3D chess. You can't even play chess. You gotta play 3D chess, bro.
Probably got to focus on playing chess with the world. Mm-hmm. Not probably got.
He thought like I'm gonna come home and I could just cut that shit off and just chill. Like this way I could be me. Kind of like you were saying, I could be me. I could turn off that bullshit. I don't have to wear them suits and I don't have to be that motherfucker in the videos. Yeah. I could be whatever is government. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're right. If you do tell a nigga some shit like that, I ain't watched the video yet because I don't watch niggas peeing on kids. But you gotta throw some shit in sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He, from what I hear, he's standing there and you just said whatever you said to do. When dude come back, it's go time, nigga. Yeah. What you chilling for?
And my thing is not even that, but it's
because
like
that's not something he probably even thought.
Niggas that gonna kill me in my hood?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's. I think.
Shit, I would. If a motherfucker, we arguing.
This your shopping center. I'm the king. I'm the man. I'm the king. I'm motherfucker gonna touch me. I got my niggas with me. And again, cause my thing is like the niggas that's with you, they broke the fuck out. They ain't even bust back. Them motherfuckers got little.
That's probably what they know too. Ain't like Nipsey can really just have guns on deck.
Why not?
Standing there.
He
the
said,
gas could have.
Yeah,
they all
fellas. Okay, you take the case.
They all street niggas.
Y'all take the case from me. I got you. That's the whole point.
He can't have that. He can't. I know a little bit too much about Nipsey.
They
done got raided millions of times. He lost that damn spot before. Had to get it back.
Hire a security guard.
He probably too real for that.
Yeah, and that's the problem. And that's what I'm saying. It's like you gotta move different, man. And the thing is, like,
because it shouldn't have been just anybody being.
Should nobody be able to run up?
Store,
it should have been on. It should have been some in the Scarface with 50 motherfuckers running in your crib to really get you if they gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have been one motherfucker you just had beef with. Nigga ain't changed his shirt or none of this shit.
and that nigga walked around.
Walked dead up on you. I mean,
he fell. He shot him.
He
came back.
He was close as we were right
He came back twice.
He
and
that's how close
kicked
he was.
him in the head.
That's how close he was, bro.
Yeah. He shot him. He ran. He came back. Shot him again. Left. Came back. Kicked him and came through and ran off.
In all my years of niggatry, I've never heard of a nigga kicking a nigga.
He kicked him.
Why he killed him?
Yeah.
I never heard.
He kicked him.
I never heard of him.
Let me ask you a question. So is not Nipsey the new Tupac?
No. Let's stop there, please.
I say no. I feel like let him be him. They're two different people.
I think it's and I'm 41 years old.
I don't got anything.
I think this is a little bigger than Pop.
It definitely is. Thank you.
That's interesting.
I think it's a little bigger than Pop.
It is.
Because
He did shit.
Because I think
Who ain't did shit? Pac ain't did shit.
I think this is an extension of what
He got some good music. What do you mean Pac ain't did shit?
No, I'm not taking away from his music. I'm not going to take away from his music. I'm going to take away from the fact that there's a picture floating around that Pac does not need to be involved in.
Expound a little bit for the fans.
We ain't got none, but
she got that from you.
How you disrespect? Just because one lady called you a bad mother, I mean we ain't got no fans.
to her.
Yeah. While you out here kikiing, Yogi's a great mother. That's how I'm gay when men say that you out here kikiing.
So
Scoot up a little bit.
On the inside of the
there's a picture of Martin, Malcolm, and they have Nipsey on there, and they have Tupac. So my question has been to a lot of people, why is Tupac on there? Because Malcolm did things to change the world, Martin did things to change the world, and Nipsey did things to change his community.
Facts.
What did Pac do?
Okay. I don't know. I'll let y'all. What you think? All right.
I was dope though.
I'm not talking about his music. We're not talking about his music. I'm saying, what did he do to change his community, the world, the outlook of black people? What did he do?
I'm not, like I said, the thing is, I don't think he did a lot monetarily. He didn't do a lot in the hood. But I think that I guess maybe somebody gonna, you know what, I'll stay on one side. Nothing. Fuck it. So
Nothing.
I don't think
he donated to 2 charities. The Lisa Lopez Foundation and the Tupac Foundation.
Let's go. Fuck it. I'm with it. I'm with it.
So
he
did shit.
donated to 2 charities, one being
Hey,
his
I win
own.
everything. Me and Yo won everything.
If Pac would have made it to 33,
You gonna keep bringing this up?
he would have done certain things, I'm sure.
How?
But I don't
Only thing Pac did was make great music. I won't take that from him. He made awesome music, and he had you niggas thinking y'all was thugs. Everybody went and got thug life tattoos, thought you was a thug. You thought you could rap. Everybody wanted a dog, even though the dog didn't have nothing to do with that. That was more so the other nigga. What's his name? Yeah, but even still,
Yeah, DMX was
Pac told.
Yeah, the dog, he called it Bound Bitch Nigga either.
Okay, so Devin said that Pac did Brenda Got a Baby. So that was his tribute to Black history. But he said, how many songs out there now talking about Brenda Got a Baby? The thing is, there's a lot of songs talking about Brenda Got a Baby, but they ain't gave that bitch no name. She's a bitch, she's a hoe, she a thought, she every name. Because Pac gave Brenda a name that made his song better.
Well,
All he did was gave Brenda a name.
Here's the deal. For one, you didn't know who Nipsey was like that.
Absolutely
before
not.
this.
Absolutely
for a reason.
not.
He didn't penetrate the culture.
I understand that.
Off top.
No, I don't
But
think,
what I'm saying now,
real quick. I don't think that he didn't. I think he penetrated the culture. I don't think he penetrated outside the culture like Pac did.
Right. No, I got you there.
Okay.
So he didn't get that far to where everybody knew.
Absolutely.
His message didn't get out there. And on top of that, I think that he came out a little bit older. Pac
still fucking with the answer. What did Pac?
I mean, give him opportunity.
No, he didn't. I mean, he didn't do what you in comparison to what Nipsey did.
So why is he
He
on
didn't
the
do
picture?
that. But
That's all.
without, like I told you earlier, without Pac, Nipsey wouldn't have got the inspiration.
I understand
Pac
that.
already said that he's the one that's going to inspire.
The one that's gonna change.
Yeah, that's going to change the world. He said that back then. He didn't do those things. Now, if he would have got older, I'm sure he would have matured up a little bit. But
How long
his
was it?
message got out there. Now, Pac had some problems that Nipsey learned from, maybe, or maybe didn't totally. Pac, his two sides were like clashing, and he let one take over.
Yeah, he did.
Which was always the bad side.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking nothing from Pac. I just didn't understand why in that picture he was in the picture.
No, I'm with you because I kind of.
I didn't understand why he was in the
He's
picture.
part of it. He
I
part
always
of the
kind of feel
trend.
like I like Pac dope, but I always feel like he was somewhat unfairly elevated after he passed. And you know, people get sentiment after somebody passed. Like, 'cause again,
I had a shrine. My mama asked me why I had that shrine of Pac. That was before he died. I had Pac all over my wall.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Pac was like,
Not saying that he wasn't. All I'm saying is the after effects of him passing away, they did, you know.
that magnified his
Yeah.
legacy.
Right, and
I mean,
then
yeah, 'cause-
now you have him on this picture with these 3 men that did do something, and he didn't do what they did. So why is he there?
I mean, because real talk, like, cats are talking about they day one Pac fans, like, they wasn't there for Strictly for My Niggas and for, what was the first album?
Apocalypse Now.
Tupacalypse. You know what I'm saying? Like,
People was, but people didn't, like, Pac was like the first rebel kind of person. Like,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? Like, he had some, like, you didn't, in the beginning, you didn't really get what he was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, you an actor, like, you real,
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You the nigga from Digital Underground, homie up there.
Yeah,
Like, people didn't really catch it right then and there. But after a time, you kind of understood that, Phoenix Shakur, Black Panthers, all this stuff. So he was on, it's almost saying like Black Panthers, well, you can't say it too, they do some things.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you compare Black Panthers to what Farrakhan and what I do, Nationwide and all of here, you may say that Black Panthers never had any properties in it, but FOI did these things. They got properties, they got, you know, a church, they got assembly, they have all these different things. You can't take away the fact that the Black Panthers inspired some shit though.
I'm not taking away from Tupac inspiring anything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to understand.
He did inspire some bullshit though.
I'm just trying to understand why is he in this picture. That's it. I'm not taking nothing away from
so
him.
what you're
His
saying
greatness,
is that
nothing. Why is he in this picture?
just being inspirational ain't enough to be on that in that plateau is what you're saying.
No.
I can see that. I can feel that. That's interesting.
But he gave, I mean, I feel like he gave,
What?
I said earlier to you, and you discounted that, you said that's some garbage, but he inspired people's hearts.
I'm not taking away from that. I'm not taking away from
So
that.
if he gave, say he gave us heart, he gave Nipsey heart.
That's fine. He
And then
still.
with that heart, he added brain.
What we're doing right now is comparing 3 men that did something
So
that
maybe the
changed some
next
things.
Messiah.
I mean, well, okay.
Maybe the next Messiah
I don't
comes
think- I don't
along
think
have
y'all-
heart and brain.
I don't think y'all it's gonna be
No.
a resolution. So let me ask y'all a question. What do y'all feel about all these conspiracy theories and that the reason that he got killed was because this document? For the record, I really feel like the big winner is crazy. So the big winner of all this is Dr. Sebi or whatever his name is. Because I ain't seen so many of his videos or posts about him or people claiming they've been on his diet and all this other stuff. Like I heard about him. I've been meaning to kind of because I heard Nipsey talk about him a while ago. I heard a couple other people talking a while ago. I've been meaning to look him up, but it kind of just slipped my mind. So I kind of did some cursory information. And, we could kind of dive into that. But how do y'all feel about that? Yeah, because I heard somebody say like, well, yeah, he got shot 3 times in the body. Once in the head, that's a military type hit and all kinds of things. Yeah, I'm like,
No.
come on, man.
That was
nothing
what was
military about this.
That was
dude.
shitty cuz.
Well, nothing military about this.
Nah.
The people who went that far, they really got to feel silly.
Yeah.
Ain't Shitty Cuz wasn't none of that. He wasn't military.
Shitty Cuz.
That's his name on the street, Shitty Cuz. Eric name is Shitty Cuz.
But if you, well, for one, Dr. Sidney.
No, I mean just the conspiracy angle before we dive into
I
that.
feel like it probably still could have been, maybe. They could have had to do it, or like just a random,
I'm sorry, let me cut you,
streaker.
not to cut you, but real quick, that's what a lot of people are saying is like, okay, if dude is snitch, that means he working for the government. So, and that's kind of the angle people are taking.
I would think that they wouldn't be able to find them if they had them do it. If you had, what was the man that hid for 50,000 years and we didn't find him until Obama was president? What was his name?
Bin Laden?
Yeah. He would have been one of them.
I mean, but then again, Bin Laden had a big, huge network and millions of dollars. Like,
What she does.
Like, they trying to do around the corner.
She because of the liquor store.
Exactly.
They call them buying great blunts.
Chilling. But, yeah, so I guess, what do y'all think about the conspiracy angle?
It's possible. I mean, I questioned it. Because they feel like, for one, they feel like the government killed Dr. Sidney, right? Because of this whole thing about curing AIDS.
Yeah, they.
And cancer, and he got this thing about mucus, you know what I'm saying, get the mucus off your body and all that kind of stuff. So he got these different drugs, and he would like to use to get the mucus out of your body, and that all diseases come from mucus in your body, so he cures that. And apparently, he cured some people having AIDS way back then. So much so, So then he had to leave the country and kind of flee, and then once he came back, the minute he came back to the United States, he died.
No, he died in somewhere else because he died in jail in some third world country.
It was a third world country?
Yeah. Because that's my thing. Like,
he came back to New York.
Like, to me, like, they talking about it was a hit. I'm like, if you put an 80-year-old man in the jail in a third world country, like, you gonna die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they claim he was sick, but I'm like, how's he curing all these other people, but he...
I mean, he old at some point.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's some weirdness with the situation.
I feel like they killed him. That for sure. Now that's just my theory. And he said his mama said that they're gonna get you. They're gonna come after you because you're curing these people. And it's kind of like he had to go through court and everything because they saying like you're not a doctor. Yeah. So they missing out on money. So they feel like we want to stop that.
So the man who cured all this stuff wasn't a doctor?
No. He was all about natural cures and like diet and all kind of
herbs.
Herbs and diet. You know,
I said herbs.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, to me, in this, like, I'm gonna hedge a little bit. With the conspiracy angle, I feel like if you talking about, okay, he was going against Big Pharma and they wanted to get rid of him because he was giving away secrets, he was messing up their money. Like, 2 things is, one, like, shit, they created AIDS, they just go create the next AIDS.
No, conspiracy, you believe it?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe they created AIDS, yeah. Okay. I mean, all this shit's created in the lab. You know what I'm saying? I believe they, created AIDS lab, but I'm like, okay, if this is what they're doing, if they're creating...
So people, if y'all watching, Justin said y'all created AIDS. We didn't. So when y'all plant that shit around here, don't come this way.
And to me, it's like they could just make AIDS too.
You die around
something that you ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Something that you ain't got a cure for. But also, second, to me, like, to just kill him is making him a martyr.
See?
Yeah. If you really wanted to, if you the pharmaceutical industry, you got all the money in the world. What you would do is go reinfect the people he cured, give him some shit, and then let him die of a cold or something, and then now his death does your work for you. Because now it's like if you kill Sebi, now once Nipsey makes his documentary, now you got to kill Nipsey, and then now Nick Cannon gonna finish the documentary. Now you got to kill Nick Cannon, and then 10 years from now somebody gonna want to dig up his bones.
They probably ain't gonna kill Nick
dude.
Cannon. They gonna get somebody close to him.
Because to me, it's
probably,
like
that's gonna look too suspicious. So they probably like, we ain't gonna kill him.
But
we gonna let it die down for a little bit,
killing
and
Nipsey
then
looks suspicious.
something out of. But still,
Killing
it was random. Who expected?
Shitty cuz.
You know what I'm saying?
To come
out of nowhere
and be killed.
I mean, but still,
so now that they feel like we're on to it, okay, well,
because to me, like honestly,
Nick Cannon doing it. They thinking now they might get, you know what I'm saying, him. They're not going to do it that way. They're going to get him some other kind of way. They're going to let that shit down there and probably let him put this punk ass movie out. You know what I'm saying? We going to get somebody close to him.
But why not do that to Sebi in the beginning? Now you don't have all these other problems. Because to me, honestly, I think the person that won out of this whole situation is Dude Sebi. Because he the most popular motherfucker on the internet now.
If you was in the... Maybe we get into this woke shit too. But if you was in that woke thing, which I played with, DVDs and all that, YouTube and all that bullshit, it's all kind of bullshit about Stevie on the internet already.
Yeah.
And it's not, Left Eye was down there with her.
Yeah.
Niggas seeing that now.
I didn't know about that. I heard about that. I didn't know about that. Yeah.
She was talking about him way back then, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't really, cause that shit happened in the 80s or some shit. Or the early 90s.
Yeah.
When he cured AIDS. And it's been known, people been flying down there to see him. He been on radio shows. He went on Breakfast Club, was on Hot 97. You know what I'm saying? The message is out there. Nipsey Hussle probably was going to put it in to a different crowd, right? To the crowd was going to necessarily catch. So I don't know whoever they is, if they necessarily concerned with that, because we get information all the time about shit. That don't mean we just like flip the script.
And that's the thing, it's like, because I don't think a documentary by Nipsey was going to move the needle with Sebi. I'm sure some people was going to jump out there and maybe change it, do differently. But I don't know, man. Like,
people are already on the way of eating better and doing certain things.
Yeah. So I don't really know enough about Dude. I'm a bit skeptical about Dude, but I haven't done any real research.
I feel like Dude. It's almost like if you believe that the government killed Martin Luther King. Because the court documents show that they settled out, and they paid his family and all that kind of shit. You got to believe that Dr. Sebi cured AIDS.
I believe he did cure, because what these people got a life for? And they had it.
They tried to jail. They tried to put him in jail over claims.
Because they claimed that he was money laundering. He was hustling people. And again, my thing is like, it's easy
to say.
So
he proved it. He brought the people cured of AIDS.
Yeah.
They told him to bring one. He brought like 30 something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Again,
think about
my question is this though: is that
it could be something like.
But my thing is this: if you turn your back on traditional medicine,
they need to bring magic.
How do you really know you cure the AIDS?
Right, because who cares?
What up?
So how do you really know you cure the AIDS if you're not going to hospitals and? Oh, we gotta cut this short. I think something about to go down.
I'm gonna bust him back ahead,
bruh. You good on that?
Nah, shit. If you say, how would you know if you cured AIDS?
Yeah, because you're not going to a hospital to get tested. You don't believe in modern medicine?
I think these people was.
Okay.
I think these people was getting tested and all that. You know what I'm saying? I think they knew that he actually did do that.
Magic Johnson, he cured
Magic Johnson didn't have AIDS.
He cured him.
Magic got that cure, bro. Magic bought that cure.
I don't think he ever had it.
But no, they got they talking about it's a cure out now. They said it's like 80%.
They got preventive. They got you got AIDS? I'll take care of that in the morning.
Yeah.
They got that out now.
Yeah, they do. And they say it's 80% effective. They said they said 5 different people took it and one dude had a relapse and ended up getting AIDS. So
I believe it. I feel like it is still to this day. I feel like it's natural remedies out here, and
that cure everything.
That cure things, and we just say if you got fucking strep throat, and you go out there and eat some grass, and it cures it. And you go outside and eat grass. Who would think if I go outside to eat grass is gonna cure my strep throat? You know what I'm saying?
Well, to me,
I feel like God put stuff on earth for us to.
but I think what people don't understand is that the medical industry is built off of that herbalist, you know what I'm saying? Like, it came from all these natural remedies, and so they was like, okay, well, if this plant, if you chew on this plant and it cure your headache, okay, what in this plant cures your headache? And they can break it down to the compound, and then instead of you eating a whole bunch of other stuff and getting a little bit, so you got to eat a whole plant. We could distill that and put that into this little pill. Like, a vast majority of the medicines that people make are based on natural subjects and natural substances and
Plants out the Amazon that they saw.
Yeah.
Aborigines.
Or they saw animals eating, and this animal don't never whatever. And so,
like the movie Anaconda too.
Yeah.
They was getting that plant, but then that plant
Anaconda too?
was it Anaconda 2? Which one was it? The Anaconda
Jennifer
something.
Lopez?
Yeah, not with that one.
It was 2 with the
It was
plant.
2 with the plant. They was getting those plants because it cured something.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it cured.
but that's the thing with people. And like, this stuff isn't secret. Like, that's where, like, most of the stuff, that's where it comes from. Like, a lot of these cures come from animals. They come from plants. A lot of this stuff is natural. They just break it down and distill it. They know how to make a synthetic version of it that still works, and it's easier to mass make. Because again, my thing is, like, if we was really depending on plants to survive, what happened in the wintertime? We fucked.
Yeah, but you don't want to take no pill.
But it's not gonna come from here.
Give
That
you
stuff
10
is
other
like
diseases.
how he was in his
my thing is, like,
That's the fucked up part about a pill. You take that pill and it's like, okay, it may cause diarrhea, it may cause headache, it may cause stomach bleeding, it may cause this, it may cause that.
They say that shit fast as hell.
Right. They say all the causes.
and you be like, damn.
I don't even want to take
right.
It be all Sunday, still be watching dishes like they ain't saying a bunch of bullshit in the commercial.
But the thing is, the plant will do the same thing. It's like, so my question is, okay, if you say, okay, it's the plant of Honduras that cures cancer, how we gonna get it from Honduras to the people and have a regular supply so that these people can get
Stevie was doing this.
But he was doing it on a small scale.
They bought his company from his wife.
He was doing it on
When
a
he
small
died.
scale. He wasn't like he was.
You had to go there. You had to go there. You have to know him.
Yeah, you got to go to him and all that.
It's a guy, actually, it's another guy like him. His name, I follow him on.
Brother Polite.
Not him.
And again, just so we clear, it's like, it wasn't like Sibby was doing this for free. It wasn't like he was giving this stuff away. He was charging a lot of money for these cures.
And if they were working. So how was he
still gonna
money
make a hustle though?
I mean, I
if it
didn't
was
charge him. I
working,
don't know.
if it's working and you charge,
I guess that's the question is, was it working is the question.
From court documents, that's what I said earlier. If you believe certain other things, you got to believe that they tried to charge him with falsifying these claims of curing AIDS, and he was found not guilty.
Yeah, he was found.
He was?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't.
And then on top of that, they know that it's curing, so they feel like he's gonna continue to do it. So we gotta get rid of
Was it he was not guilty of that, or was it
he had
they
two
dropped the
charges?
case? Or, you know what I'm saying? Because again, like we found out the Jesse thing is like they could drop the case, and I don't mean you innocent.
He had 2 charges, and he was found not guilty of both charges.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into.
I don't know specifics of whatever it was.
He was not.
Like
he was
folklore
not
tell it.
Guilty.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna look into that. I got it. I don't know, so I'll look into it, but.
And because of this is the only reason I know.
And then what left out, she said, what did she say? She was always tired.
So I'm assuming he
And
takes care of plane crashes.
she said she smoked
She was in
cigarettes.
a plane crash, and Leah was in a plane crash. She was in a car accident.
Oh, car accident. Okay, well.
She said she
He
couldn't stop smoking, and she couldn't stop drinking. And she went over there.
You cure that?
I don't know.
Well, he can't cure shit now.
But she went over there, and she said it was a spiritual thing, and he was religious too, because he said something about God, told her
It
she
was
didn't get
supposed to
close
be
God,
like a
something
40-day cleanse or something like that. A 40-day spiritual cleanse.
And she said she felt so much better, and she was like, I'm going to let the people know about him.
I mean, yeah, if you stop smoking and drinking, you gonna
feel great.
40 days.
Yeah.
If you eating good, I mean,
And he probably was giving her
great.
like natural, like good, healthy foods and stuff like that. I don't know. I believe that it's still stuff out here like that.
I mean, it is what it is. We lost it.
I ain't lost it. Just ain't charging no more.
So
we're getting super low. But it'll keep filming.
Y'all want to talk about
Go off.
some Joe Biden Me Too stuff?
No, I'm gonna get that to Nipsey.
Okay.
Black on black crime.
At
At the end of the day, that's what this is. Right?
Yeah, that's ultimately what it. Even even if it was a conspiracy, even if the government did hire some guy to do it, he hired a black guy,
And he
the
still
black guy
fell
was
for it
willing
and
to
did
do
it.
But I think it's a symptom of the situation we in. And the cure is a lot of the stuff that Nipsey was talking about, like empowerment, like financial independence. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like if you comfortable, you don't need that money from the government. If you comfortable, you less likely to do crime. You less likely to be caught up in the system where you got to snitch, where they telling you supposedly go kill this dude or we'll throw you away and all this other stuff. So
him and his gang,
Black lives.
which I'm gonna get to later on in the week maybe, but him and his gang, he kind of like when I've listened to Nipsey since then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I spent I was going for a run, so I listened to him for an hour, just had him on shuffle, just listen to a lot of his songs. Mm-hmm. He had a lot of the fuck shit in the songs. Mm. He had the inspiration before I went to the inspiration. Now when he starts talking about all this other shit, in between inspiration, I got this 30-eye shoot you in your face and everything. Yeah. Same time, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you get some money in your case and everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he going back and forth with that shit. So he, we kind of like in black community been real. That was freestyle. Big stay coming. We got this culture of violence and we don't value our lives. Like even if dude was that mad about the situation, in our black minds, it's okay. Our lives ain't worth anything. So if I'm mad, if I'm not mad, I can just take your life.
So the thing is, throw away both our lives.
Yeah, we're gonna throw away both our lives because both we.
So do we believe in Black Lives Matter?
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah.
They do matter. Are we acting like they matter?
That's the point.
No.
That's the point.
And that's why
I think
That's the point.
Black Lives Matter is a different conversation.
That's what all lives matter come in at.
Yeah, that's y'all getting real close to all lives matter. Black Lives Matter is a different conversation because Black Lives Matter is focusing on government sanctioned murders, to where employees of the government are illegally extrajudicially.
But who you most scared of?
Huh?
Right.
Who you most scared of? Niggas or the police?
It depends where I'm at. If I'm in the hood, I'm scared of niggas. If I'm at work, I'm scared of white folks. Or the police.
But the police officer can still be a nigga.
Yeah.
Because you got black.
That's the worst.
Yeah, you got black police officers killing us black people. So
but when I'm at home, when I'm in the hood, like,
and I think it's more killing.
The police ain't looking at me because I'm not a threat. I'm not I'm not engaged in anything.
In a white neighborhood, I feel safe.
Yeah.
In a black neighborhood, I don't. I just gotta be fucking real about it.
It's more killing with black people. Killing black people. Every time you turn the news on, it's more. You will hear something about a cop doing something or something like that here and there, but it's not frequent. It's black people doing something in the neighborhood. Like recently, them two little girls that was in that car. A black person did that shit.
And that's my thing. So how can we say that Black Lives Matter when black people don't believe that Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
Well, again,
and then it's like they get mad.
Again, like Black Lives Matter isn't saying that black on black crime doesn't happen. Black Lives Matter is focusing on police violence.
But that's my thing. It's still black police officers killing black people.
But the thing is, it's not about like the color of the cop. It's the fact that black people are treated differently by the police.
But black people treat each other different.
Yeah, it's almost like
so that's my so that how can we sit and protest and say that Black Lives Matter, but to black people Black lives don't matter because they'll go out and kill
to some black people.
This black person.
To some black people. And again, it's not like Black Lives Matter is saying, hell yeah, go kill them niggas, but unless the police do it, then it's wrong. But I mean, Black Lives Matter acknowledges that.
That's what black people saying though.
Because some people are just fucking stupid.
Because
but look, it's a lot. Nowadays, it's a lot of stupid motherfuckers.
And think about how hard they go for another race killing somebody black. But why don't nobody go hard for killing each other?
I do.
I'm gonna say this.
I don't see.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
When
the police officers killed that boy out there, they shut down the whole fucking expressway. They shut down the expressway to march. A little boy, a father, a little boy, and a wife, and a daughter was just in the car. The people came, mama dead, baby dead, the other baby got shot in the knee, he in the hospital. I ain't seen a motherfucker march to the corner for these people.
But the problem is it's a difference. It's because when a black person kill a black person, more often than not, they catch that black person and go to jail. Like Nipsey, they caught this dude killer in a day and a half. When a cop kill, more often than not, justice. More often than not, again, like it's a system set up to where we have a system in place to where if I kill you, we have people that will come and investigate to try to find out what happened.
Right.
The difference is if a cop kills you, we don't have anything. We don't have any recourse.
Right.
It's just you just dead.
Off.
You know what I'm saying? He getting off and you just dead. That's the problem. I mean, again, it's like if we never gonna stop murders. People are gonna kill each other. Violence is gonna happen. We can't stop that. It's not okay, but we can't stop that. What we can do is that people that we pay to protect us, we can stop them from killing us. And if they do, they should face some kind of consequence. That's what Black Lives Matter is saying. It's different because, again, like there's some justice on one end, on the other end, it's just nothing.
Yeah, right. And
so again, like I don't think they saying.
But at the same time, in the black community, if we go to the local bar right now, like in Chicago, we got 1,000 people being killed a year, 500 to 1,000 being killed a year. It's killers walking amongst us all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know people who killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like we in dealings with them all the time. Like it's just part of the culture. You know what I'm saying? Even if you know it, it's like whatever, he killed such and such. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like it's something in our minds that make that okay. And
it's not. I don't think it's okay. I think it's just a fact of life. It's always gonna be killers.
So then, how do we ever elevate? And how do going with Yogi saying? How do we give that much of a fuck about what the police doing on a small scale?
Because it's different.
We doing this on such a large scale.
Because it's the thing. It's like when you sit up and you take an oath and you say, "I'm going to defend the laws of this land. I'm going to be responsible for stepping in the gap."
They out of order.
Yeah, nobody's saying that they're wrong, but
I think what the problem is, y'all trying to say that a police killing somebody and a black person killing somebody are equally wrong.
No,
I'm not saying that.
Black is worse.
I think it's worse.
How?
Because you're killing your own kind.
I mean, people do that. It is what it is. It's always gonna be that. I'm not saying it's okay. But my thing is this though. I have like this. Other than the social contract, I have no reason not to fuck you over any chance I can get. Other than the fact that they say do unto others as do unto you. There's no reason why I can't fuck you over.
So the problem in that is that we ain't in no position to be doing that.
And half of
I get what you're saying. I'm not saying it's okay. Yeah, we're in the shitty. It would be better if we didn't. But the problem is that when we have people that are paid to protect us that are doing the same shit we doing, that's more of a problem.
Why do you expect them to do different?
Because that's their job.
But because that's their job, that's what you expect them to do.
Yes.
Okay.
I get it.
It's a lot of motherfuckers that's paid a job and they don't do what we expect.
But that's not okay. Like Yogi, that's not okay.
It's not okay.
If I go to my job and don't do my job, at some point I'm gonna get fired.
But you trying to compare that to the fact that because they're paid to do this, that they can't do this. That it's not. You can't compare that to the fact that these niggas walking around wrong is wrong. Because at the end of the day, although they are police officers, although they are police officers, they're still people. So regardless of what title you put on that,
when you put on that badge, you're not a person.
If that's the case,
you're not supposed to be a person. You're a cop.
But you are.
The cats they want to have that blue wall. They want to say Black Lives Matter. You're not a person then.
But
that shit's still wrong.
Even in the conversation,
I'm not saying it's not wrong.
I'm saying that it's worse than when the black people do it. Because
even in this conversation, I gotta feel like. Fuck them police. Okay, they gonna keep doing that.
They wanna do
during
it.
this time right now though.
And then they laugh at us. They laugh at us when we kill each other.
I don't understand.
Absolutely.
Why?
We doing their job for them, so they ain't gotta kill us no more.
They're gonna be
why they kill us then? That's not even they supposed to be protecting us.
Okay, so that ain't the police job. Police job is on paper supposed to protect. But where I gotta go back there. Where did the police come from?
That's not the point, bro.
It is the point.
Yeah.
That's not, again, like, wherever that came from, the fact of the matter is now they changed that and they said, okay, we know the history, but we changing that. This is what we gonna do. We here to protect and serve. They put it on the side of every car to protect and serve. That's their motto, that's their job. They take an oath.
in Pussy Ass Country Club Hills, so they
okay, but is that okay? Is what I'm asking you. Them not protecting and serving, is that okay?
No, but I understand why he was doing what he was doing.
Why?
Because we was dumb niggas running around with guns and trying to fuck up the suburbs. We moved out here to the suburbs.
I understand,
We
but was it okay for them to?
So they had the police in a certain kind of way.
What is it okay to break the law to police you guys? Is that okay? Because what y'all saying
Their
is
means was fucked up.
y'all saying a black person breaking the law is worse than an officer of the court breaking the law.
I'm saying
you represent the law.
We saying a black person killing another black person
It's worse.
and half the shit be senseless anyway.
Half the shit when cops kill somebody is senseless.
Because when it
But
comes
you
down
still
to
black. Why you want to kill your own kind, dog? They, like she said, they want us to do that.
People gonna
And that's
kill.
what they doing.
It's been since the beginning of time.
I bet you
The
don't
first
see them
two-
Asians. You do not see Asians and Indians on TV at all saying this Asian killed this other Asian.
Bro, you ain't never heard of the Yakuza? Who the fuck you think the Yakuza killed?
they have it. They got Palestinians and these people look exactly the same.
Yeah, and they kill each other. Every culture does. Murder is everywhere. Killing is everywhere.
But
They
it's
don't have-
more, I bet you, of black crimes than any other crimes.
They don't dance to music about it.
They
They stick
do.
to.
They don't have songs.
Go listen to the Mexicans and songs they have about cartels and all this other stuff. The Yakuza have rap songs about that stuff. They do that in London, all this other
Okay,
stuff. Like,
this Nipsey
what's
stuff.
happening to black people in the U.S. is not
This Nipsey
just
stuff
us.
right now. So this man is dead. They have came together. They got this shrine. Everybody is over there. They paying their respects. They partying. Shots fired.
That wasn't,
Motherfucker shot.
I think that wasn't true.
No,
They said
it was.
They said it was no gunfire.
No,
I'm
no,
saying, like,
two
look at
women,
that,
two
Somebody
women got
stabbed.
shot.
No, two people got
The
stabbed.
police said it wasn't true.
And they
So
said
people
somebody
got
got
stabbed.
stabbed. I feel like
Today
all
they said
them
two
people
women
be
got shot.
running from somebody being stabbed. Think about it.
Two women. They
No,
said
they heard a
today
loud
two-
sound that they thought was gunfire, and everybody broke out.
Today they said two women got shot.
Somebody probably was out
I mean,
there.
it's possible.
How they gonna tell us?
Anyway, okay, fine. Let's okay. For the sake of your argument, two people got shot.
Well, just
Go
like
ahead,
they say, he
go.
died in the hospital.
My thing
I think he was getting around.
your justice is that we shouldn't be killing each other. We
Yes.
should. And the police is paid to protect us.
Yes.
Okay, so Nipsey got killed. We were gonna go with the conspiracy that they hired shitty cuz to kill him. Okay, so who's to say that the police wasn't the ones who fired these shots?
What?
These shots that was fired into this crowd.
Okay. For your sake, let's say the police fired those shots. Go ahead.
So the police fired these shots, and you're providing protect people are now what?
They wrong.
They wrong.
Yes, absolutely. If the police shoot into a crowd, they're absolutely wrong. Again, my thing is this. If you step up and say, I'm going to do one thing, if you put your word online and say, I'm going to do one thing, and you do the opposite, you more wrong than somebody that's just out here grabbing doing wild
Why
shit.
do you?
I don't feel you.
No, I don't. Why do you feel like the police? You always do this.
Do what?
You protect the police.
I'm not protecting the police.
You protect the police.
You shitty cuz.
Wait, hold on. I'm saying the police are more wrong. How am I protecting the police?
Because you just do.
Because
The black people are not more wrong. It's you.
So how am I protecting the police if I'm saying the police are more wrong?
you raping your daughter is worse than me raping your daughter.
Absolutely. But hold on. Matter of fact, let's stay with that. Let's
not go
Hold on.
with that.
Because I have a tie to my daughter. As my daughter, I had a kid, so it's my job to protect her.
Yeah.
You have no tie to my daughter.
Right.
If you break in my crib and rape her, you're a rapist.
Right.
If I sneak in her bedroom and rape her, I'm a whole piece of shit. That's worse.
That's the black community.
No, that's the police.
Yeah.
Because I have an obligation to her. Black people have an obligation to each other. We should, but we don't.
Obligation, but you still shouldn't be killing.
You should have a social contract. Use that word
We
with
need
each
to
other.
stick
No,
together.
I mean we
and
should,
don't.
but we should have a social contract with everybody. Yeah, black people in the situation we in, black people should be more about community and all that. But I think we're asking black people to do something that's never been done in the history of people. People like we
They
can't say
used to.
how
When Malcolm and them was around,
and people was killing each other then.
you ain't
Not like
on
this.
right.
I'm not saying it was like that, but people was killing each other then.
Right, but it wasn't as much as it is now.
This
It's
shit
so
now is
senseless.
ridiculous.
It's like
But-
just because some dumb
But it don't matter. But the reason don't
Yeah.
matter. The reason don't matter. Murder is murder.
True.
Whatever reason you did it for, it kind of don't even, unless it's self-defense or something like that. If you kill somebody, you a
If a
murderer.
black man kill a black man because he was fucking his wife, understandable. If a black man kill a black man because he from a different neighborhood, that's some other shit.
It's some other shit. But when a cop kill a black man, that's what is that? How is that?
That's fucked up.
It's worse.
But I'm more nah.
Because my thing is like, I expect you to come help me. Like for example, when these people when these people come, when these
That's
people
the problem. You expect them to throw dope.
no, it's protect me. No, it's their job.
Get them.
It's their
They
job.
but they crooks.
Exactly, that's my point. That's fucked up. Y'all acting like it's just okay. It's
So do you think some of the
So
people?
why do we
wait,
expect
do you
it?
feel like the cops, the judges, and the rest of them be Ku Klux Klan?
I think some of mine, yeah.
I do too.
And that's fucked up.
That's why I feel like they not here to protect us, like they
So why-
supposed
But
to.
the thing is
would
this,
you-
it's like, that's their job. We pay them to do that.
It should be
If they
done.
don't do it, then we need to get rid of these like again, this is my thing. That's their job. The fact that we don't trust them is a problem. We should be able to trust the people that we pay to protect us.
Should be able
And we
to.
should, and the thing is that,
You're right.
but the problem is that the ones that don't protect us aren't kicked out, aren't prosecuted, so that we can't get good ones in there. Because if we had good people in there, they would protect us from the black on black crime, a lot of this other bullshit that's going on.
I don't care.
But we're not gonna know because they gonna be. Of course,
No,
they're gonna
again,
act
you don't
like,
care because we've been trained to not trust them. But that's not okay.
I want to trust you.
Y'all been desensitized. Why? Why would you trust anybody that you don't, some
I
random
want to
that
trust
you
my
don't know?
community.
Yeah.
I want to trust my
I wanna
community.
trust
I want to be
my
able to buy a fucking plaza and serve my community.
Yeah, I want to trust my community too. I don't give a fuck about you.
I
I feel like we need to come together and be able.
No, I understand that. We should be, but we can't. And that's not okay. So what we did was, so what we did was we said like, man, people out here killing each other. Something need to be done about this. How about we get some people that's gonna ride around and check in on all this bullshit. Everybody can get together and throw them a little bit of bread, and they're gonna protect us. That was the solution for all this murdering and killing and all this other shit. So the fact that all this stuff is happening is their fault because they're not doing their fucking job. Because they the ones supposed to be stopping this shit. They supposed to be investigating this shit. They supposed to be doing all this shit, but they not. And so we can't blame the victims of the system for the system. We gotta blame the system for the system. Yeah, black people should do better, but
you want the system.
we came with. I mean, and
okay, you say system. Let the system do what it's supposed to do. Hopefully it does. But the system ain't us. Inside of our community, we need to be about self-preservation. We need to be about all the things that we now accepting that Nipsey was putting out there about uplifting our own communities. That's what's happening inside here. Stopping the killing inside of our own shit. We ain't gotta worry about, because we don't want no black man to go to jail. Jail's the worst place you can go aside from hell.
yeah.
So we don't want nobody to go to jail. So we want to stop them from even putting themselves in a position for the police to come get them and
But
put them in jail.
But the thing is this: is that you can't. I mean, people. Oh, there's never gonna be a time where this shit is not
There's
happening.
gonna be psychopaths. There's gonna be people who kill. There's gonna be people who
That's just
don't
it is
have.
what it is.
you
Or
know,
something like that. I feel like you say psychopaths and stuff, but I feel like just on some
But they
just
should
because you
be.
should
But the thing is,
be.
they should be the people we pay to protect us. Is what I'm saying.
there's a mentality that I had for a couple years of my life.
No, it shouldn't be. But
I mean, again, y'all acting like that's, well, fuck, we'll do it on our own. Clearly, we can't do it on our own. Clearly, we can't police ourselves. We need these
Everybody
people.
else can.
We
How?
can. If we
Everybody else
just-
can.
Everybody else killing and murdering and robbing and do all this stuff
It's
too.
gonna be killings. It's gonna be murders. That's gonna happen.
I feel like we
In any
can. We
community.
just stick together, but black people don't want to stick together.
Black people can't. People don't.
But black
people
people
don't
as
stick
a
together.
whole.
People not a monolith like y'all think. Where it's like, oh, Asian people don't do this to each other. Black
I didn't
people,
say they don't,
They kill each other.
but you
They
don't. I didn't say they don't, but when you turn on the news, who do you see did some shit?
that's the-
The black people. You do
But
not
that's
see none of that on their
different.
page.
Now you talk about racism. They again, this is my thing. It's like this. It's like, for example, when you think of terrorists, who do you think about? What kind of person you think about?
Shit.
I think.
Anybody.
To answer your question, I think about whites and Arabs.
Okay, but most people would say Arabs.
Yeah.
When you say terrorists, most people say because like old girl Jess Hilarious just kind of got some shit because she was scared about some
So that
sticks
was
on the
dumb with
plane.
her.
Yeah, it was.
Because she judging.
But my thing is this: that it's
But
like.
they do be.
But again, now hold on. Now white people have committed more mass murders in the U.S. than Arabs. But when we look at terrorists, we think of Arabs.
But it be the
Not
Arabs.
because it's true, but because we're fed bullshit from media. Because that's the what's it called?
But I feel like the media
The
ain't
rhetoric.
lying about the.
So when the media,
exactly.
so the thing is, so when the media talk about murders and all that, you think about criminals and murderers. Then you think of black people because when a black dude do something, they show his mug shot and they give you his name off top and all that. Some white woman just randomly accused black people of robbing her, and they said, and they come to find out that she admitted nothing happened. They ain't put her name out there. None. This was in Boston. They ain't put her name out there. None of that. Because they protect white people when they do that. When it's a white person, they show some college yearbook photo or some photo of them smiling. They don't show a mugshot. But that's all this stuff is playing. This shit is rhetoric to break down the black people. And that's why black people kill each other the way they do, is because we so fucking hypnotized by this bullshit to where we think less of ourselves like everybody else do.
That's just a word. First of all, I'm gonna go back to what you just said though. But what you said before that, terrorism is associated with Muslims. Yeah. The word they mean for that word to be tied to Muslims.
Absolutely.
Just the way when they say thug, they're not talking about nothing else. If they say somebody was a thug, they're talking about black. Yeah. It's low key for black. You know what I'm saying? Or high key, really. You know. So when they're using the word, you can't really get too. You know what I'm saying? That you got to realize what they're saying. But you just kind of just said, you came back around and saying the same thing. Black people got a sickness, and we gotta stop it. They're not gonna stop us. They're gonna keep locking us up.
That's their job. They should.
No, their job is to get more people into the prison system.
That's what they do. That's not their job.
They need people in the prison system, right?
That's what they do. That's not their job. The police have a charter. The police have clear rules. The police have a clear role
to collect people who do crimes. Black people do crimes.
No, to protect and serve. And the basic is to protect and serve. That's what the police are supposed to do.
No, man.
No. And again, I'm not saying they do that. What I'm saying is that's their job. That's what they should be doing. And the thing is, again,
that's like saying shut up and dribble.
Mm-hmm. But that's their job, though. You saying shut up and dribble to somebody like, no, you're trying to take away somebody's humanity when you say shut up and dribble. You're telling them you're only good for one thing. Again, my thing is this, is that as a cop, when you're on duty, you're a cop. When LeBron is on the court, he's a basketball player. Off the court, he can do and say whatever he want to do. That's what shut up and dribble is. Mm-hmm. As a cop, if you off duty, if you see some shit, you don't necessarily have to jump in there like that because you're not on duty. You ain't back, so you got your gun, you ain't back or whatever, but when you on duty, you supposed to protect yourself. I shouldn't have to worry about the motherfucker that come to help me. If I get robbed, I ain't got to worry about if I call on a dude that this motherfucker gonna come kill me. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that y'all so easily dismiss it is kind of because that conditioning to where y'all don't even expect.
You don't think black people got a problem?
Yeah.
Amongst ourselves?
Yes.
And we should just let the police deal with it?
No, we should help ourselves too. What I'm saying is, if you compare the two, the person that's paid to not do something is worse than the regular person doing something right. That's what I'm saying. A person that's paid to uphold the law, that breaks the law, is worse because you made an oath to uphold the law. You put your word out there. You put on this uniform to let me think that I can trust you. Because again, if you're a little kid, you lost in the mall, when you see a uniform, you run at them, you think you're safe.
That's what Yogi's talking about.
What?
You're stepping out of the black culture.
The black experience, yeah, absolutely.
By saying trust police.
No, I'm not saying trust the police. What I'm saying is we should be able to. Their job is to be trusted. That's their job.
Okay, so you want to clean up the blue. We trying to clean up the black.
I'm trying to clean up both of them.
Yeah, you can't clean up the blue.
Yeah. Why not?
Because you're not one of them.
So?
You one of us.
We pay them.
That's your whole thing on everything, though, is because they're paid for it. Just because you're paid to do a job don't mean you do
some shit.
And what happens eventually they get fired. That's okay. See, and that's the point I'm making is that
you got fucked up
if y'all got a job, if y'all go fuck up on your job, eventually you get fired. When a cop fucks up on his job, he don't get fired, and that's the problem.
You can't get fired from a fraternity.
But then it shouldn't be a fraternity. It should be a job.
That's what it is.
And again, see, y'all trying to argue what it is and what it should be. I understand what it is, but you can't deny what it should be.
No, nobody's denying what it
That's what y'all doing. Y'all saying, well, it's not what it should be, so fuck it.
Do you imagine that Wakanda had police?
Yeah.
You think Wakanda had police?
Absolutely. Black Panther was a cop.
He's the president.
He's the president cop.
He's the president cop.
It seemed like in
Think about it. Hold on. Matter of fact, because at the beginning of the movie, when they was transporting their women, he went and stopped the slave transport, whatever it's called, the slave trains. That's the cop job, ain't it?
It's a tangent.
Him and the Dairy Malad, the little chicks, they're the cops. The bald head chicks are the cops.